Hey everybody, this one's going to be really fast, right? Like the last one, just kidding. I know the last one I said would be like 3 minutes. It went 11 minutes, but really appreciate all the feedback and just talking to everyone throughout the day saying, hey, these are super helpful. Keep them up. So I can't say I'm going to do them every day. Like today I'm going, just been on the phone a lot and in meetings and figured I'd get a quick one out. But a few things. Here's some recognition, by the way, just a few folks. I'm not going to go through everything, but just from our team, today's sales, congratulations, Carol Stein. Congratulations, Lee French, on adding digital to a client she'd already signed. Andrea Hers, congratulations there. Mike Smith, all just sales today. And in the last 24 hours, actually, I'll just list off some of the larger sales here. There's a list. It's kind of neat. It just kind of, you can see, goes there. So the top three for sales size, or most, we'll just say gross sales, in the last 24 hours. It's Thursday afternoon. This is since, we'll just say since Wednesday morning. We've got Matt Zarconi, 44,000. Great work, Matt. Let's see the second largest one there. It looks like Chuck in LA. Congratulations, Chuck. 26,000. Then Bobby Joe, 25,000. So that's just in the last 24 hours. Some of the top three in terms of gross sales. I hope I got those numbers right. I didn't short anybody from some additional things, but hey, congratulations. Pretty awesome stuff. I love Lee with the attaching digital later on through customer service, through great drop-offs. So obviously super important that video this morning, the recording, the Zoom for advanced publishers, really talked about the importance of drop-offs and customer service. And it's important to think like that too when I'm going into my drop-offs. How am I approaching them? Am I just trying to hold on, or am I thinking about expanding my relationship and growing with that business as they're growing and our product offerings grow as well? So super cool. Also, another great thing, I was just talking to Corey Fulton. She said I could use her name for this, but I sent out a video yesterday about first month promo, how we're using that very effectively. Called up and spoke for a few minutes, some of the top publishers all across the company, got that really refined. It was in yesterday's video. I share that because as I was talking to Corey Fulton today, she's one of our great publishers. If you haven't met her, hope you do very soon. I imagine she'll be at the, I think we talked about her being at the division meeting in LA on the 5th. And then we have March 6th in Salt Lake, which will be Zoomed as well. So if you can't make it to Salt Lake, you obviously can attend virtually. We'll have that set up as well. But she said her last 3 deals, she used the first month promo. That was a key component. So if you're not using the first month promo, I would use it every single time right now. It is definitely being used with a high level of frequency and effectiveness. If you need help with it, let me know. Let's talk about it. That's what we do. But I want to talk a little bit about referrals today. I'm looking at the time. We're at 3 minutes. Okay, I'm going to give myself some timers here, but referrals. So here's a neat concept. Something to think about. I sent this out in an email a little while ago, although I know it's always better to hear the audio version or just hear the tone of voice and the concept. Some of us learn good through reading. Some of us learn better through conversations and audio, video format, things like that. So I just want to pose you this question. Obviously, you can't answer. Maybe you could leave it in the comments if you want. But how are you doing with referrals? How many referrals do you average per week? So I'd like to invite you to think about averaging at least 45 referrals per week, 45 referrals per week. How do you do that? What does that mean? What does it even look like? It would be 15 first appointments per week, averaging at least 3 referrals per week, or 3 referrals per appointment. That's not very many, right? Because you can end up getting 5, 6, 7, 10 from one person. That person gets super excited and just starts pulling out their phone and writing things down. So first off, I think we have to start with thinking about, is that possible? Does it happen? The answer is yes. What are some benefits of that? Your calls, you make less cold calls. You make more warm calls. Hey, I just sat down and met with so-and-so. They recommended I give you a call so we can introduce ourselves and get a time to meet, right? Super simple. Don't have to be super crazy on the phone to set up an appointment with them. Also, something important about referrals, we get great referrals from people who don't buy. So don't sit there at the end of an appointment and go, oh man, they didn't buy. I shouldn't ask for referrals. We want to ask for referrals every single time. That's a key part, a pivotal part in terms of maximizing our time with folks and referrals. So let me talk about 2 things real quick in terms of increasing the number of referrals we get. One is the language, and the second part is the win. The language. There's a lot of different ways to ask. The most powerful way that I've seen over the years that worked for me, many people I've worked with, you may put a twist on this, but is asking, who can I introduce this to, or who might I introduce this to? I got this from Kevin Orton in 2015. It still works today. I've been using it for the last 8.5 years. That's the short version. Who might I introduce this to? I shared the language part because there are a bunch of other things like, well, hey, do you know any real estate agents or this and that? There's a bunch of other ways that can work. In terms of being effective, sometimes people shut down if we ask too specific of a question when it comes to asking for referrals. But who might I introduce this to? You can even, pre-frame that, right? So I'm going to give you the win. At the end of every appointment, I'm doing one of a few things. I am writing up an agreement. That's a great time to ask. I am cleaning up my stuff. I probably made a little bit of a mess here, so I'm cleaning that up. Or I'm, setting up a second appointment. Those are the three things that really happen at the end of it. That's a really, really great time to ask. Maybe you're collecting their ad copy so you can write up the agreement. But the introduction to that or the transition from whatever you're doing might sound something like this. It's going to take me a few minutes to clean things up, or it's going to take me a few minutes to write this up. I know you're emailing some ad copy also, and I'll share this little piece with you. I'll be a little theatrical and go off script. I rip out a piece of paper. This is kind of important. I'm being dramatic. Also, while I'm doing this is you can imagine, so I'm going back on script, right? It's going to take me a few minutes to clean up, or it's going to take me a few minutes to write this up. Rip. As you can imagine, one of the most challenging things for me is to get in front of great people like yourself. While I'm doing this, if you wouldn't mind, who do you know or who might you know that I can introduce this to? And I'm sliding this over with a pen, making it super simple for them. Now, some people joke around and say, who do you know? If you got 100 or so names that you can throw on the piece of paper, that would be great, right? They use big numbers because if you say 100 or so, it's kind of funny. And then it makes 10 seem a lot smaller, doesn't it? So you can take some of the steam or pressure off by doing something like that. The other thing is one of the few things happens there. One is they will either just start writing names down right away, or, you're cleaning stuff up. You can look out of the corner of your eye. You will see that perhaps they haven't written anything down. Now, you give them a little bit of time, give them 15, 20 seconds. It might feel like an eternity, but you're cleaning up. If you notice they're just frozen after a while, you might give them a thought jogger. Hey, some of the businesses that really love what we do are real estate agents, insurance agents, home builders, construction, really anything like that. If you name a few of them, that will jog their thinking, get them unstuck, and they'll usually start to think of a few things, right? So that can be super helpful. I know also some of you like to ask very specifically, and because you're on a quest to get a certain expert, that's fine too. This is a very general way to extract a broad range of referrals that works effectively in any meeting. You can ask anybody. Bare minimum, I would want to leave a meeting with at least one referral. They know at least one person. So if I set this up right, I don't make it too hard, they'll feel better about sharing. You'll feel better about receiving. So that's my tip on referrals. I would say one last thing here. It is Thursday, Thankful Thursday, which is really fantastic. We have a lot to be thankful for in this business. It's super, super special. We are growing daily at the individual and group and team level. And so that's really a testament to the work ethic, to the culture of what we do, to everybody helping each other out. Shout out to all the mentors as well. So thank you to everybody on the mentor program. And by the way, if you were looking for a mentor, we didn't have one for you yet because we have a lot more people raising their hand to be mentored than we have mentors currently. Feel free to reach back out and ask. This might also spark someone to go, hey, I'd like to mentor somebody. And what is a mentor? A mentor is simply just someone that's there, shared experience publisher, shares their experience to really help someone else out. So we have a ton of that in our organization. It's what we do with conference calls, meetings, just everybody helping each other out. It's really, really big. Last part of Thursday is right now it is about 3:30 Mountain Time, which means as a publisher, I'm thinking about two things, right? This is a business where if we wake up and we don't have any appointments, you've heard many people say this, it kind of feels like you're unemployed, or you are essentially, we're essentially unemployed if we don't have appointments to go to. And if you break it down Monday through Friday, I know some of you are doing appointments on weekends right now. Saturdays, Sundays, other types of things. Pretty incredible. That's never part of the program. So if you just look at the 5 days, 5 traditional business days we have, each day is about 20%, which means I'm looking at tomorrow going, do I have 3 new appointments for tomorrow? That's 20% of the productivity of my week. And then I'm also looking at Monday. Do I have 3 new firsts to wake up to on Monday? We do great with Monday sales. It's really, really fantastic. Sometimes in other businesses or cultures of groups that don't have the right perspective, they'll say things like, "Oh, it's hard to get a hold of people on Monday," or "People aren't in on Monday." But we rock it on Monday. So that's what, as we're looking at what's a great way to run the business here on Thursday, I'm looking ahead. Do I have 3 for Friday? Do I have 3 for Monday? Do I have 3 for Tuesday? How close am I to waking with 8? We all know waiting until tomorrow is a terrible idea. So if you're not where you want to be, now is a super great time to do that. You can do it. It's super fun. This is a momentum-based business, so congratulations to everybody that's consistently knocking off their 3 yeses each day, because you do that for 3 days in a row, feels pretty good. You do it for 3 weeks in a row, and it's a really significant thing that you see in terms of the sales report and what it is in terms of results that you're looking for. So keep up the great work. Thanks.